How's it going, guys? I am back in Fallout 4 again at Old Gullet Sinkhole. And this one's not actually going to be really in the sinkhole itself, but it's going to be near the sinkhole. Not too far off. It's just going to kind of be on the outside. And in sort of a cave area. So, right here, on the whatever side of the, I don't even know what side of the settlement this is on. I think this is on the north side of the settlement, or of this area or whatever. Whenever you go up there, there's kind of like a hole in the cave, or in the mountain, kind of, and it looks like a cave shape, sort of. So I wanted to use that to actually make like a house for someone, who knows. My thought for this was originally gonna be like a hunter of some kind, so that's what I imagined this was gonna be. I didn't really add any hunting gear or anything, though. There's a mod out there called Hunting, Fishing, and More, I think. I think that's what it's called, but it adds like rad stags that you can have like hanging from walls and stuff like that, which are awesome, but I don't have that mod downloaded currently because whenever I reset my mods, I never re-downloaded it. And then whenever I was building this, I was just too lazy to, because I decorated it and then I was like, those would look cool, but I had enough issues with decorating this anyway. So the first thing that I did whenever I was building this, I'll talk about the decoration when I get a little bit farther in the video, but I wanted to build like a platform in the back so that I had a flat area to actually build like a living area in, I guess. And so that's essentially what I'm doing here, is I'm just trying to build a flat area that fills this whole backside of the build. And I end up not extending it to clip through the wall on its right side. I also get rid of that staircase because I don't like the location of it, and I end up doing something different on that side. But on this side, I end up adding another floor, and I end up using one of these grate floors, but the one with the most planks, and I have it angled to where not all of them are clipping through the wall, just a few of them. And I end up adding stairs to the other side as well, because, oh, right here, I added railings, and then I went back and I grabbed stairs again, because at this point I'm trying to figure out how I want this to look. I knew that I didn't want to have just a bunch of the same textures over and over, but I ended up adding a staircase on that side, and originally I was going to have staircases on both sides so that whoever lived in this house could walk up on either side and just walk in. Or if they came in on whatever side I decided to add a door on, or add like a way to get in on, they could walk up, or they could walk around to the other side if they wanted to. I don't know. I wanted options. Also, I was just kind of figuring out what exactly I wanted to begin with. So I end up looking at this a little bit, and right here I used these to fill in underneath the stairs because I didn't want anything to look like it was really floating, even though that graded floor, that's something I honestly thought about with that graded floor. I did think about it. You can see through it, so that kind of bothered me, but it just looks good. I like the way that the planks are angled and stuff with the walls around it. And then right there, like I said, I end up getting rid of that floor, or that staircase, and then I changed the wall right there. I wanted to add something on that side, and eventually I just opted not to. I just leave that open. I never do anything with it either. I just end up placing the bed there. But this is the main part of the structure already done. A majority of the structure is is mainly decoration, adding vines and stuff hanging down, because I try to conceal this as well as I can. Oh yeah, this part right here. So I end up adding a wall across the front of this build because I wanted it to be kind of like closed into the cave, and it ends up working really well. But something that I do use that I just downloaded that just came out, Cordless came out with a mod called Grounded, and it's a really awesome mod. I highly suggest it to anybody. It adds a lot of textures that look like natural parts of the game. So they've got like landscape textures that kind of look like dirt and grass. They've got ones that look like rock. They've got boulders that you can place down so you can make like your own structures out of the rocks and stuff. They've got these right here. These are probably my favorite part is arbor pieces. So they've got arbor walls, floors, stairs, railings, pretty much everything from the wood tab they've got an arbor version of, and it just adds this like leafy texture, and it looks awesome. It is kind of see-through a little bit, but to fix that, I end up going and after this part. So I wasn't sure how I wanted that right side to be filled in, but I eventually picked for one of the curved junk walls from Aslam's junk wall pack, and it looks like it's got like a window, so I end up making like a guard spot, this junk wall right here. It's pretty cool looking. I end up using that little gap as like a guard viewing area out of the little hunter's cavern or whatever, but I end up putting another wall inside of that arbor piece to kind of give it a little bit more texture and make it not look just like so see-through and stuff like that. I wanted to make it look a little bit more scrappy and make it look more like he tried to either conceal his wall or he hasn't touched it in so long that stuff has kind of grown all over it. Either way, I think that it looks significantly better with the arbor piece over it. I tried to make it where the textures kind of blended, but then some pieces were sticking out, some pieces weren't. Just so that it wasn't one texture all the way across the front. But right there, yeah, so that's the right angle for me, except for that one piece of plywood, but I could never fix it. I messed with it for a long time and could never get it at the right angle, but it's whatever. And like I said, I had a little guard post area up at the front up here, and that's pretty much the whole build. What I was saying about decorations, though, is I ended up getting the same save data glitch, and I think it's because of all the vines that I added and all the decorations that I added in this area. I've built probably a little bit more than I should. I'm not sure how much the Workbench Anywhere can handle, but I'm just going to assume not a lot, because in the top right corner you see that it says that I've built like that little. I haven't used the glitch to lower that. It's just automatically at nothing. There's nothing. It doesn't think anything's there to begin with. So that definitely isn't a lot, but maybe it just is slow or something like that, or the build limit in this area is lower because it's like kind of a bigger area. There's a lot of moving water, stuff like that. Maybe that's why. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That would probably affect the frame rate and stuff. I don't have any frame rate issues in this area, but maybe that it didn't help with the save at all. Maybe. Who knows? But decoration was pretty minimal, but a lot of it is I try to use vines hanging off the cliff to kind of hide the area, just like I did off of the buildings for all of those houses down in the sinkhole. I do it over here, but I think it just looks a lot better up here because it kind of makes it look like he tried to conceal himself away from everything. And then there's that gap in the back. I end up filling that in as well. But this is a really cool build. I've actually had this sort of idea before, but I've never actually done anything with it. I've got a couple areas that, like near Somerville Place, there's another area that's pretty similar, and that's where I first got this kind of idea. But it's definitely not the same idea that I had whenever I found that place. And I could probably redo that and it be different and still look pretty cool. But that's the finished build. Here's with all the decorations. Like I said, you can see that I really tried to conceal it with vines and stuff like that, and I think that that definitely adds to it. It just kind of looks like it blends in. I think that that looks really cool. I added a couple bushes and stuff at the bottom, and then a lot of vines, all the same textures and stuff, and it blends in with the area too, because like the vines and stuff hanging off of trees, all the like shrubs around here, all are that same color and texture. But if we go in, like I said, it's really minimal decorations. I used a couple things, like they've got a little garden, they got the guard area, and a food area back there. But the tour will be out next. I'm probably not going to be building anymore here because I hit that issue again, and I'm not even worth. It's not even worth risking. I didn't want to build too much here anyway, and I'm pleased with how this is turned out. But let me know where you guys want to see me go next. You guys have already given me tons of suggestions anyway, so I'm just not decided yet. But yeah, let me know where you guys would like to see me go next. Let me know what you want to see me build, where, whatever. If you guys want to see me do anything, you guys want to see my mod load order, I really need to get that out. I've been saying it for like weeks now that I'm going to do it, and then I recorded it and it was like a big mess, and I realized that my mod load order is probably not the greatest according to some documents that I found that explained how mod load orders should be. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, and yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.